So I was thinking about honesty, particularly honesty in stories. Sometimes it's not important. This is a hard concept for me to deal with. I like honesty. I like people who are upfront with me and who are direct and who tell me like it is, whatever it is, even if it's hard for me to hear. I like honesty. I am a fan of honesty. I don't think honesty is the same thing as truth. So what I mean is this. In high school, I dated my best friend, and I thought we knew each other better than any two people could possibly ever know each other. Then he tragically and horrifically broke up with me and left me a soulless, heartless shell. When I was in college, I ran into the same guy. He was taking tickets for a play that I was going to, and I was just trying to make some small talk. So I asked him how the play was, and he said, "I think you'll like it. There's a lot of male bashing." And I said to him, "You never really knew me, did you?" That didn't actually happen. What happened was I sat there in stunned silence, walked to my seat, and then thought to say that 2 days later. But that makes for a crappy story. It's not factually true, but it's emotionally true, because that was the moment when I realized that this guy who I thought who knew me really well didn't know me at all. Something I've talked a lot about with other people who write creative nonfiction is if it's okay to lie. Because sometimes you don't remember everything. You might not remember what you were wearing on a certain day, or exactly what somebody said, or the order of events. And I think it's okay to lie. I mean, as long as you're emotionally true. It's okay for me to say, "You didn't really know me, did you?" Because for me, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Somewhere in the back of my head where it wasn't stunned silence. And that's the kind of thing that we should be allowed to write about, even if it's not 100% factual. The story has to make sense. Everything has to come together somehow. And sometimes life doesn't make sense. We don't have the same kind of closure in life that we get in a story. But as a writer, particularly in creative nonfiction, you have to have that same kind of closure that you would have in any other story. The dishonest truth. A writer's tool. FiveDotNerds, I'm challenging you to write a short nonfiction piece, preferably something that's a childhood memory that forces you to lie, because I want to see your dishonest truth. Oh my god, I still have other things to do in this video. Video addendum the first. AUKD and I are still going to be feuding about Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, but we're going to be doing that on our own channels. The video should start next week. Video addendum the second. I'm going to be doing a Question Friday sometime in the near future. That means that I need you to leave me questions in the comments. I might not answer them all. If you ask me something dirty, I am definitely not going to answer it. Video addendum the third. Next week is a writing week. We're going to be talking about first writings. First writings could be the very first things that we wrote, the first things that we were proud of, the first things we finished, the first things we got published. There's a lot of firsts in writing, and we're going to be talking about those. I'm really looking forward to it, and I promise you I'm still looking for the notebook that I owned when I was 5 years old. Video addendum the fourth. Just because I'm running over a few seconds does not mean that I'm going to be punished. The FiveDotNerds granted me 30 extra seconds to talk about the writing topics, so that's what I'm doing. No punishment from me. When I realized that this guy that I thought who knew me really well, oh my god, stop IMing me so that it's picking up the sound. So every time I was watching that while I was editing it together, I had to go check to see if I had a new IM.